in the hula, the one that is most often used, is the kaholo. We are going to learn the kaholo now with manumeli. Now you remember how we moved our hips for the leva. We need to use the same hip and foot action as we do the kaholo. But the kaholo is a moving step. So we are going to take 2 steps to the right and then 2 steps to the left for 4 counts to do our kaholo. Remember our body position with our aiha'a, our belly button pulled back through our backbone, tighten the whole belly and hips and pull it back, chest high, shoulders relaxed, pushed back, and head up. When we do our kaholo, we're going to take one rather large step, comfortably large, to the right. Our hip is going to be in that preparation position that we talked about, which means it's lifted high on the left. And she's ready to take that step to the right. And she steps. Now the next step, she's going to bring her feet close together. The hip's going to go through, follow through, and lift on the other side. And even though our feet are close together now, we're still going to do that same leva action with our hip. Our hip is high on the right, ready to move, and she moves, and the hip's going to follow through as she steps one more time to the right, and then the hip follows through in the preparation position to the far right, ready to go to the left. So what we want you to understand is a rather large first step so that the hip has a nice big arc to flow in. A small second step when you bring your feet together, but the hip does not stop. It lifts and does the leva on that, and then the third and final step is pretty good size too. So let's walk through that. We're ready to go to the right. So we're going to put our hip in the preparation position, which means to lift it high on the left. All of our weight is on the left. We're ready to step forward on the right with a step. Bring the hip through, and then step with the left, and ready, and right, and hold. Now our kaholo has 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. But our feet only move 3 times. But it is very important that the hip remain in motion on that 3rd and 4th count as you follow through and bring it up into the preparation position. Let's work on this kaholo step together with manumeli now. I'll give you your introduction, Manu, and 1, 2, 3, and going right, left, and left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. As she dances, notice her feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rolling to help push that hip. Rolling her feet, and the knees are bent. The level of her eyes never changes. The head is not going up and down. The shoulders are steady. Her chest is steady. Below the waist is where all the movement is. Using those knees, using those feet. Do a quarter turn, and 1. your quarter turn to the front. And your quarter turn to the left. And to the front. And voila, wapau. Now we're going to put some hand motions with this kaholo. Some traditions of hula, when they do the awana or the modern hula, have their hands in the same direction as their kaholo goes. So if they're going to the right, their hands will be in the right hand position. Our tradition from Antebellum is to have the hands in the opposing side, which means that if we're going to the right, our hands will be extended on the left. Now I want you to notice that Manumeli carries her arms right off of her shoulders. Her left hand extends the line from her shoulder right out to the fingertip. In our tradition, the arm is never held stiff. Would you stiffen that arm for me? Yeah, it's never held stiff. It always has a little bend in the elbow so that the elbow itself faces the back of the room. The hands should be slightly in front of the body so that your peripheral vision can view your hands all the time. The canvas that we paint our picture on when we use our hands to expound the words of the hula are slightly in front so that the eyes of the dancer can always see them. So you'll see that the left hand is slightly in front of the body, elbow elevated and carried off, her arm carried off of her shoulder. The energy in her arm goes all the way through to the end of her fingertips. On the right side, the arm is bent at the elbow and the hand comes across, but it never crosses that center line that we talked about. Would you show us how it looks if you cross that center line? Yes, we never bring our hand in that way. We always pull the hand back so that it never crosses that center line. The action of the hand starts from the wrist. The wrist rises and falls, and in this way, the hand follows like a silk scarf blowing in the breeze. Soft, soft, soft. The action always starting from the wrist rising and falling, and the energy flowing from the wrist out to the end of the fingertips. So when she kaholas to the right, she is going to wave softly 2 times with her hands in this position, and then very subtly she is going to change her arms so that her right arm is extended as she kaholas left. Let's just do the hands a couple of times. And with the 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's some exercises that you can do that will help you soften your hands. One of them is called sifting sand. And in that, Manumeli is going to put her thumb right at the base of her 3rd finger. And she's going to push that thumb all the way to the end. So turn your hands down for us, Manumeli, and push, start right at the base and push and release. And push the thumb all the way down to the tip of the 3rd finger and release. And put the thumb there and push all the way down. Do it on the other side. And push and release. And push and release. This is a very good exercise for you to do in front of the mirror so that you can soften your hands for the hula. Let's practice using our hands with the kaholo. Here's your introduction. 1, 2, 3, and kaholo right. Kaholo and your hands with Manumele. Let's practice Kaholo. Begin. Turn to your left. Turn to the front. Turn to your right. Turn to your front. Lava.